It's a coffee and conversation. It's our first attempt at meeting the public in this way. And what I'm trying to do is just give opportunity for some of the folks that I haven't met yet or that I have before to certainly come in and ask questions. It's a chance for me to meet people as well as hear ideas, thoughts, concerns that folks have for the leadership that I want of the district over the next 3 to 5 years. So really it's about gathering data from folks about what they're thinking about the schools, what they see as the strengths in the schools, what their challenges are, and where they'd like us to focus the next several years.
Our new superintendent of schools is bringing down a tradition that he started at his previous superintendency and doing a coffee and conversation with the community. It was actually one of the things that he mentioned during his interview process that we really liked, that engagement with the community, and he offered to do them here in Hingham, so we welcome the opportunity. So folks are coming down just for a casual conversation with the superintendent.
I think most of it all, what I'm looking for is just having really good conversation with from the people from the community, whether they be parents or perhaps other community members that don't have students in the school, about what they see as the, as I said, the strengths of our district, as well as where they want us to go in the future. Things that they would support, what's on their mind, what are their concerns about, whether it's about foster school, whether it's about the quality of academic programming, whatever it is. I'm really just looking forward to hearing their thoughts and ideas and having them share that with me in a non-confrontational, nice meeting where we can just enjoy a cup of coffee and get to know one another.
I think it's a really important event for the community, particularly given how new Dr. Austin is to the district. I mean, he's replacing someone who was here for 56 years, not including her time here as a student. So this is a great opportunity for Dr. Austin to meet the community and for the community to meet Dr. Austin. They'll get to hear a little bit about his vision, about his background, about his experience in other districts and what he can bring to Hingham. But more importantly, it's for him to be able to listen to the community members and find out what's important to them and just engage with folks in the community.
As a new superintendent, it's really imperative for me to meet people and to understand the community and get as much understanding I can from the people here. So that's really important, but two, it's really about getting as many people as possible in different venues. So this is just one idea, whether it's at a sporting event or a music event or at a public meeting that we have on a regular school committee meeting or these kind of events. It gives us the opportunity to meet multiple people where they're feeling that this is conducive to them to be able to come in and have just a good conversation with the superintendent. So it's a little bit of both where you really want to hear and meet people, but at the same time being able to get those ideas and thoughts and getting as many people as possible. It is an idea that I had in my previous superintendency where I had coffees and conversations on a fairly regular basis, and it brings different people in, and it just is the very basic idea of just sitting down, having a cup of coffee with somebody and just talking and listening to one another.
So we have a community outreach subcommittee chaired by Libby Lewicki, and myself and Ness Carenti are members of that subcommittee. So when Dr. Austin mentioned to us that he wanted to keep this tradition going of these coffees and conversation, we got together as a committee and we wanted to bring in folks from all over the community, not necessarily just folks with kids in the schools. You know, things should go well, he'll be here for several years, right? And he has a big impact on the whole community, not just the people who are in the schools right now.
Well, I think it's one that I hear all the time that people want to meet me or they want to talk to me, and I think this just gives some people the opportunity to come in, as I said, in a friendly way and just have good conversation about things that are really meaningful. This is a community that cares deeply about their educational system, incredibly supportive of Hingham Public Schools, and so I think it's important for them to be able to have voice and be part of the process. This is a very engaged community, and so giving multiple people multiple opportunities becomes really important. So I know they want to be heard, and I know they want to hear what my plans are over the next several years.
I hope they get an appreciation for the experience that Dr. Austin brings to the district. I think they gain an appreciation for having someone come outside the not only the district but the state to come in and do the role, who might bring some new perspectives to the role. And I think just an opportunity to see, who he is and what he's about and get comfortable with who's at the helm of our public schools.
So the first thing I'm doing before I go into plans, what we're doing right now, just like today, is collecting data, just collecting thoughts, concerns, those things that people really feel and believe about Hingham Public Schools. Once I collect all the data that I'm collecting from multiple people, so I have meetings with students and staff and administrators, parents, with the school committee, once I gather that data and put it together and synthesize it, we then start to think about the strategies coming forth in the future over the next 3 to 5 years. What are those things we're going to focus on in 3 to 5 years that really will make a difference in the teaching and learning of students, which is our primary goal. And so that's the process I'm in. Right now I'm going to be collecting that over the next couple of months. This is part of that process. And then probably at the end of February I'll be giving a public report to the school committee on my findings. And then we'll begin to talk about those things that we call strategies, those things that we're going to focus on that will take us the next 3 to 5 years that will improve learning for all students.
I think I'm going to learn a lot about what the community issues really are when you sort of, not just the folks who come to a school committee meeting to maybe bring up a very particular agenda item. I think we'll hear a little bit about sort of some of the underlying issues that folks feel about the schools and about the education programming in Hingham.
I think my primary goal today is just to help people understand that I'm going to listen to folks. That's what I said I was going to do from the very beginning. I mean, I always said that I was going to be visible and accessible to people. And so this is just another step in that direction. If I'm saying I'm going to be visible, that means I have to be places where people can talk to me. It gives them an opportunity to hear and meet the superintendent, as well as develop that relationship that's really important for the future. So this is about relationship development right now. That's what I'm most excited about.
I think they'll ask about his background. I think they'll want to know about his experience. Maybe some pointed questions about, coming from Maine, rural Maine district, that's so different from our district. What are the challenges going to be? I'm guessing someone will ask, what has he found most challenging so far, and maybe what he's liked so much so far.
I'm just really pleased that we're doing this event today. Thank you for covering it as well, Erin, because I think that's really important that the people see that we're out here who are doing these things. I think the big thing is, don't be afraid to reach out, email me, call my office if you have a concern. Just let's have that communication, and that's what I'd like people to know.
You could call the central office to reach Dr. Austin. It is 781-741-1500. And you can also email him at
paustin@hinghamschools.org to reach me via email.
I think this event is so important, and these types of events, because he'll be doing more, but I think they're very important to Dr. Austin because he needs to get a sense from the broader community about what issues are facing our schools in this district and beyond. What are the needs of our students? Where does the district feel the vision should be? What the mission should be? So he needs to hear that from other stakeholders, not just the school committee and people in the other administrative positions in the district.
I love the fact that we have great conversation with people who really are very dedicated to ensuring that we continue the level of excellence that Hingham Public Schools have over the years. Wonderful people, a warm community that's so engaged, cares so deeply about students. Is just an absolute wonderful place to be.